I give my kids
Garbage.
Go to the fucking gym. All right, Nicole Cruz, RD, literally means nothing. Eating chips won't make your child unhealthy.
Matt Damon.
But restricting your child from eating chips might. If you don't educate them, if you just do one of those, if you're not parenting your child properly, yeah. If you're fucking with their head, if you're eating chips and saying, you can't have it because I said so. Okay, I'm not a parent. Parents, tell me your thoughts on this. If you tell your if you actually give, you'll be shocked as a parent. Not necessarily the Swole fam, but let me give you a little bit of insight. God, I spend a lot of time around kids. If you give your kids logic and reason, if you tell them the reason why and you show them why, right? Like parenting, if you teach them, oh, here's why, here's how they make it in a fucking lab. Here's the reason why we don't eat this stuff in our house. They're going to learn. They're going to understand. They're going to be bigger people in the future and they're going to be able to make their own choices. Don't you want your child to understand why you said, no, we shouldn't be eating this? This is the reason why mommy and daddy don't eat these things. This is why we don't eat this in our house. Here's why. Look at what this leads to in the future. Look at what is in that poison. This is the shit that all your friends are eating, but this is not good. Here's why. Well, how come they eat it? Because their parents don't teach them properly. Okay, explain to them, show them the facts. They're not stupid. And kids will understand because like if they know, fundamentally, if the kids know that there are facts, even if they don't understand all the words or it's harder to comprehend, you're literally showing them why. That's what a kid, what age is that? What, 3 or 4? What's that age? Why? Every response is a why. It's like the why phase, like 3 or 4 years old. Everything's a why. Do you know why? They always ask why, because they're trying to learn. Because I said so. That's lazy fucking parenting. That's what happens when parents are around their kids. That's what happens when you're just putting them in front of an iPad or letting the institution teach them. You're not telling them why. Tell them why. And if you don't know, you better fucking find out because they're going to get their information elsewhere. Tell them why. Explain to them. How do you think they learn language? How do you think they learn shit? What do you think learning is? It's getting told something you don't know or didn't understand before, and then you go through this complicated process of fucking comprehending it. Teach your child, you dumb cunt. Stupid asshole. Let's read the caption of this fucking train wreck. Sometimes I have these moments where I question if my kids are eating too many chips or sweets, or whatever foods we're told are unhealthy. It's hard to not question it when the messaging is all around us, good versus bad, healthy versus unhealthy. Messaging mean marketing? It's hard to not question it when the message, it's marketing. There are a few things I always return to that I hope might be helpful for you too. There is no one food that can solely improve or jeopardize health. That's fucking wrong. That's a lie. That's a lie, or it's plain just fucking ignorance. All foods have different properties and we need a variety. Also a lie. Just like eating all chips would not be healthy, neither would eating only vegetables, especially vegetables. Restriction will create a greater obsession with the food. If you don't give them a reason why, if you lie to them, they're going to understand. Kids can smell a fucking lie across the house.
You smell that? What is that?
What?
What's that smell?
Bullshit!
They know when you're full of shit because you have it in the house. It shouldn't be in your house. Mommy, how come, blah, blah, blah. Like, what are those? If you feed your kids real food and then they get exposed to like Doritos or shit, most of them will be like, ew. And a lot of you drop that in the comments because I know for a fact that a lot of you, if your kids get exposed to that kind of like processed shit, they'll be like, ew, it's gross to them because they've been growing up eating real food. The key to eating foods moderately, that's also a lie. There's no fucking such thing as moderation. That's an excuse so they can keep on marketing to you and keep on poisoning you and your family. My children will have many more years of eating without me than with me. Wow. Maybe she isn't a complete brick after all. Even if I'm able to control their intake now, that will likely backlash once they have more freedom. Because you're not parenting them well. Rigid rules around food, over control. No, it's not over control. It's education. It's education. Rigid rules is associated with negative outcomes like eating disorders, food obsession, guilt, and shame. That's because you're mentally fucking them up. If you don't give them a reason, then it's just control. Then you're doing what these fucking lunatic leftists are doing. That's what's going on. Any kind of lunatic. There's lunatics on every side. But you know who I speak. I'm talking about the communists and the socialists that are taking over this country. The eating disorders, food obsession, guilt and shame, that's when there's no fucking reason behind it. Because I said so. And then your kid is looking around the corner when you think they're sleeping or you think they're playing in their room and they see mommy by the cupboard stuffing chips in her face. You know, you can't eat it. Has everyone ever experienced that kind of hypocrisy when you were little? Do you remember seeing your parents watching TV and they're eating crap and they told you not to eat it? You know, don't eat that at night. And then you see your parents like, don't watch, TV late at night is bad. Go to sleep. It's too late for you. And then you're watching it all night long and you're eating crap and the kids know it. It's in the fridge. It's there. Well, how come mommy can have it and I can't have it? You're a little teasing them with artificial drugs. It's in their environment. You can have it, but they can't. But I want this because they know you're full of shit. They know you're full of shit. They know it's not really that bad because you're fucking eating it. You're not teaching your children. You're a pathetic parent. You just don't want to admit that to yourself. I think it's important to get back to the idea that variety is really what promotes health as opposed to any one food. That's a lie. If your child enjoys chips, candy, cookies, whatever it is that you might feel uneasy about, the best way to help them moderate it is to allow them to eat it.
The closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm.
What the actual fuck? Literally, what the fuck?
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Restriction, on the other hand, creates an unhealthy relationship with food because you're lying to them. And in turn, eating food in a way that is typically not balanced nor healthy from an emotional standpoint. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. For more conversation on these topics and like-minded individuals that are also terrible parents, join our free Facebook group, Joyful Eating for Your Family Today. Link in my bio. Diabetes not included, or will be diabetes included in the future, whatever. Yeah, this chick is a goddamn disaster. A registered dietitian. So you might want to think twice just because someone has letters after the name if they know what the fuck they're talking about. How about that? Jesus Christ. Let's read some comments because I know I went off, but I can't handle this I can't handle this stupidity. Culinary adventurer. I was never really denied food as a kid, led me to be obese my entire life. I'm going on 26 and the healthiest I've ever been, despite still being overweight and working on it. Good for you, dear. Much love, CJ. You got this. James, I do this with my kids when they spend my time with me. I teach them about food we eat, where it comes from and what goes into it and why we feel better when we eat healthier, whole foods rather than fillers and crap. Good for you, man. Nick, I was always told, no, it makes you fat. So I would sneak around and eat the delicious food. And I was obese at 20 because no one explained why I shouldn't eat chips and ice cream and cookies. Right? What the fuck, right? What the fuck, Nick? What the fuck? Thanks for the comment. Michelle, my son is severely autistic and has an extremely limited diet, but if it's not in the house, he won't eat it. No more waffles, fresh fruit instead of processed bullshit. Good stuff. Let's see. Maddie, yes, my dad would always eat Oreos, and when I would eat one, they would tell me no, and I would get fat. But I was so confused why they could eat it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Jackson, my mom wouldn't let me have Mountain Dew, so that made me want it so bad. But you mean she kept it in the house? That's the problem. Like if you're a hypocrite, kids know instantly hypocrisy. That's the worst. You're not leading by example. It's the same reason how you inspire other people. You have to lead by example. Yvonne, not a parent, but as a kid, because I said so was the most infuriating answer ever. Yeah, because it's nonsense. It's just authoritarian control. And as a as a parent, you should have authoritarian control. However, you have a reason to explain it. The kid's gonna be like, oh, I don't want that. If you tell a kid or you show a kid how it's made, you show how they make these foods and like, the reason why, you show people that have diabetes and you show people that have legs amputated and arms amputated and blind, and you show morbid obesity and you explain why it causes that, the kids are going to understand most of it and just be like, ew, I don't want that. Do you want some of this? And the kid will be like, seriously, kids will do that because they hear it like, oh shit, fuck no. You're not brainwashing them. You're educating them. Kids will be like, ew, I don't want that. No, because I don't want to have to. Yeah, it's called education. You're not giving them a mental case. You're educating them why everyone else eats it. It's because they are being brainwashed. They are being poisoned. They are addicted to these foods. That's why you see all these morbidly obese people eating shit, because they can't stop eating it. Do you want to look like them? No, of course you don't, because you're a logical little fucking human being. It's disgusting. It's sad. Kids are not stupid. They're smarter than you think, and that's the problem. Don't outsource your children's education, and don't push it off, and don't be a fucking hypocrite. That's the worst. If you have it in your environment, it'd be like, why? Then why is it in the house? Well, I'll tell you when you're older. Like, no, well, mommy and daddy can have it, but you can't but why? Because I said so. Well, there you go. You fucked up already. It shouldn't be in the house. God, this stuff fucking pisses me off. Just terrible, terrible people. This is why a lot of people shouldn't have kids, but they were taught improperly, and they were brainwashed when they went to school and went to their dietitian certification crackerjack bullshit. Medical doctors don't get taught actual nutrition. They just get taught what to write on their prescription, how much insulin to fucking prescribe, or how much Motrin to give, or to outsource to a specialist so everyone can get their fucking taint greased, and they can milk the insurance companies for all it's worth. And then your premiums go up, and then all these morbidly obese people that are constantly driving up insurance premiums make it impossible for a healthy family to have even fucking like emergency medical care or like catastrophic insurance. Just raise the price of all the bullshit. Not to mention the fucking completely devoid fiat system that we're in. Everything just gets completely inflated because everyone's creating these bullshit fucking jobs and this bullshit fucking red tape. When you go through the government, everyone's getting paid and they're not doing any fucking work. They're not working for you. They're sucking away your money. Okay. You think taxes are the only thing that's fucking you in the ass? Every time the currency gets inflated, that's a tax on you. You can't buy as much. You have no money to invest. You can't afford a new car. You can't afford a house. You know why? It's because your currency's worth shit. They're taxing you each and every fucking way.
The government is a greedy piglet that suckles on a taxpayer's teat until they have sore, chapped nipples.
And it's annoying. It's disgusting. And every time you eat shit, think about that. Every time you eat shit, that's a tax. It's money out of your pocket at some point in the future. You're literally going negative by eating garbage food. You're hurting yourself, and you're going to be on medication. You're going to be a part of this fucking sick care system. Just part of the problem. Fiat Health. That should be the name of my book, Fiat Health.
We stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mo, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mo. I said stay woke, Rilla mo. Stay woke, Rilla mo. I said stay woke, Rilla mo. Stay woke, Rilla mo. I said stay woke, Rilla mo. Stay woke, Rilla mo. I said stay woke, Rilla mo. Stay woke, Rilla mo. Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You and I get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown. You are the king of apology. You